Welcome to the Octavius Gould Experience, and I am your host, Octavius Gould. I am leveraging 25 years of leadership and entrepreneurship experience to give my listeners a roadmap to success. Today, I am excited to bring to you episode number 6, titled The Importance of Smart Goals. I'll discuss what are SMART goals and how setting them will set you up for success in 2022. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART goals meet all 5 of these criteria, and as a result, are strategic, focused, and actionable. Now, defining these parameters will help you ensure that your goals are achievable within a defined time frames. So what are SMART goals? This strategic approach that's used more in corporate America will do 4 things for you. 1, when you use SMART goals, the SMART goal framework, you'll rid yourself of confusion and gain clarity. 2, setting SMART goals will help you understand exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it. Number 3, SMART goals will allow you to set a clear timeline. And number 4, SMART goals will make it easier for you to track your progress. And that's very important because so many people set goals, but they don't measure the results or track the goals. And when they miss the goals, they have no clue as to why. This reminds me of a quote: "A goal not written down is just a dream." Simple, but so true. But if it's true, why is it that so many people go about their days, their weeks, months, and year without any goals? Some people don't even know how to set goals. Some people had difficulty achieving goals in the past and refrain from setting new ones, while other people allow interference to make their goals seem as if they're less of a priority. For these reasons and more, I'll discuss how to write and define SMART goals. So let's get started. The S stands for specific. Your goals should be very precise with no room for misinterpretation. In order for a goal to be effective, it needs to be specific. A specific goal answers questions like, what needs to be accomplished? It also answers what steps you need to take to achieve that goal. Now, putting these questions through a sound thought process will guide you towards what you're aiming for. Here's an example of being specific. For example, my goal is to grow the number of subscribers to my podcast by developing a targeted social media campaign. That's specific and will lead you to the M, which is measurable. Your goal should be quantifiable and the progress should be easy to track. This is an area that will alert you when you've reached the finish line. And also the key is to make sure that you implement simple ways to track and measure your goals. I call them trackable benchmarks. Here's an example of being measurable. My goal is to grow the number of subscribers to my podcast by 1,000 people by developing a targeted social media campaign for 5 social media platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. That's measurable, which will then lead you to the A, achievable. Your goal should be attainable, not outlandish or unrealistic. So many people set goals that are so high, so far beyond their scope, that they never give themselves an opportunity to achieve them. I love the quote by Norman Vincent Peale: "Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll land among the stars." That sounds great, and I love it. However, as it relates to setting goals, you must first do a self-evaluation to ascertain if you're even equipped to take off. And if so, are you prepared to travel the entire journey that's not just around the corner? The key is to make sure that your goals are realistic. Give yourself a chance to taste success, to get a win, even if that win is small. You don't necessarily need a big win. Take pride in the small wins that you achieve by achieving and accomplishing your goals. Set short-term goals and long-term goals. And those short-term goals are the ones that you want to utilize as leverage to get that synergy, to get pumped up and motivated and inspired to continue the process and to make progress so you can reach those larger goals. Here's an example of a goal being achievable. My goal is to grow the number of subscribers to my podcast by 1,000 people, not 1 million, by developing a targeted social media campaign for 5 social media platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. That will lead us to the R, which is relevant. Your goals should contribute to your broader overarching goals. Moreover, make sure that you comprehend the reason why you're even setting the goals. Here's a story for you. I coached leaders and entrepreneurs at various times in my career who would communicate their goal, and that's if they had one, because many people wouldn't even have a goal. And they would always articulate a goal to me that was about money. And I was tell them, your goals can't always be about money. Sometimes it has to be something more important, like your purpose. For me, my purpose is my 2 daughters, wanting to leave a legacy for my daughters. So try and find a goal that aligns well with your purpose and isn't always about money, because what happens when you make money? What do you do then? So I always try to, when I'm having conversations with entrepreneurs or business leaders, to get them to really understand where they're at and where they're trying to go. And then from there, set their goals. And make sure that those goals align again with the path that you want to take, whether it be professionally or personally. Because I think it's great to have a mix of goals, a combination. Some of your goals should be personal and some of your goals should be professional. And many times those goals will intersect. Here's an example of a goal being relevant. My goal is to grow the number of subscribers to my podcast by 1,000 by developing a targeted social media campaign for 5 social media platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Because active social media members trend to access new episodes more often, increasing downloads that will ultimately increase my profitability. That leads me to the T, time bound. And that's to measure success. Your goal should have a defined start and end date. You just can't have a goal and say, here's my goal, but I have no idea when I want to achieve it. Or I have no idea when I even want to start. Now, we know we're entering 2022 and a lot of people will have New Year's resolutions, and they will start those New Year's resolutions on January 1st. But I say start it now. Start thinking about your goals today. What is it that you want to achieve in 2022? And don't make it a New Year's resolutions, because they normally never last. Make it a defined goal with a purpose and start activating that goal now by figuring out and determining what's required of you to achieve that goal. Here's an example of that time-related goal, that time-bound goal. My goal is to grow the number of subscribers to my podcast by 1,000 by the end of Q2 2022 by developing a targeted social media campaign that will kick off in January of 2022 for 5 social media platforms, that being LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Reason being is because active social media members tend to access new episodes more often, increasing our downloads that will ultimately increase our profitability. I hope you guys took an opportunity to really think about some of the goals that you've set, missed, or achieved in the past, some of the goals that you would want to strive to achieve in 2022. And you start to write those goals down now. Take a few minutes now. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until January 1st. Please take a few minutes today, right now, and write some of the goals, short-term and long-term goals that you would like to accomplish, and make them SMART goals. So in closing, my friends, knowing how to set and utilize the SMART framework can help you succeed in setting and obtaining your goals, no matter how large or small. Because goals that aren't SMART are often more like wishes. They feel good. They'll make you feel good, but they're virtually impossible to implement or achieve. So as I said, do yourself a favor, set those goals now, and make sure that you understand what's required of you to achieve each goal, and then hold yourself accountable. So if you're a business owner or an aspiring entrepreneur who covets compelling content on entrepreneurship or leadership, please do me a favor and hit like and subscribe to my podcast now so you can be alerted to future episodes. I am honored to have the privilege of coming to you all every Tuesday to present on leadership or entrepreneurship. And hopefully you find my content to be compelling and you find me to be authentic. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next episode. Carpe diem.